You worry at times about evil and personified as Satan, but he is in this realm, in the world, and, well, it's just a child. He worships wisdom and understanding because he's a child. And being a good child, he excels at such. You might think that sounds a very bizarre statement. What could be more wrong and false? But it's because hasn't yet understood love, which is the word linchpin, but the anchor, the focus, that which puts everything in its right perspective, without which wisdom is just chaos. Understanding is not understood. A life that is a fantasy, without bearing, without meaning, a living death. This is the transitory difficulty of childhood. And you grow, you know not how, and in many ways despite yourself, because of the love and the care of those that rescue you into life eternal. You see, this is the creation of good and evil. It's a place in which you become a life eternal. You come into eternal being, which seems a paradox. The eternal is eternal. But it's just a classroom. To being. And beingness is what God is. Who shall I say sent me? Is it Moses who says this? To God. And God says to him, tell them I am what I am. It's the right answer, of course. But it's only going to be intelligible when you know who he is. That's not very helpful. No, but it can't be at this stage. But in the fullness of time, it'll all sort itself out, love. You see, loving kindness, not wisdom, not understanding, but loving kindness is life itself, is hope, is trust, peace and joy, goodness, blessing upon blessing upon blessing. You see Mother Duck on the lake with her ducklings. She is what love is. The goodness of our God. I see your face in every sunrise. The colours of the morning are in your eyes. The world awakens in the light of your day. I look up to the sky and say, you're beautiful. Thank you, Dad. Do you see I was alone? I had all wisdom and all understanding, all creativity. I thought I had it all, but I lacked other. I lacked friendship. I lacked company. I longed for you. My soul longed for you. I brought you into being from the chaos that I felt I was in, having everything, being everything, alone. You know what loneliness is. Then you know how I was. You see, you are my joy. You are my reason for living. I love my children. I am their dad. And if it were possible for me to say, as God, I thank God that they are, that I have them, my host of heaven, and nothing will ever take them from my hand. I am God. More importantly, I am their dad. And we all say, thank you, Dad. Love you. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. Said it before and I'll say it again. You see, God is a person of persons, of persons. You can only love him as a person, because so are you, by his grace, by his love, by his presence. Thank you, Dad. You see, you are not the body, you are spirit. You are practicing in the body because you are a child and you need to be confined, protected. You're in a playpen, that you be safe in the damage you could do, and you see the damage you can do all around you. You're in the world of good and evil. You come to know evil. You're repelled by it and drawn like a magnet to the good. This is your maturing. You're becoming an adult. You're training. This is the school. But you're not the child. You are the eternal adult in the host of heaven. You are spirit. Spirit is not located. It's not of space and it's not of time. It's of being, not of becoming. It's of being. In terms of the classroom, a life is a whole series of lessons, and you graduate from one level to the next. Some steps are hard, some are easy. Some are a breeze. You're meant to be joyful in childhood. It's your childhood. You are fenced around to be kept safe. You might not feel it safe, but it is. I've made it. It's safe, I can tell you. Trust me. It's a story. It's one big story time. There's all sorts of villains and angels and fairies and goblins and castles and shacks, dark places and brilliant sunshine. It's a story to teach you. It's a never-ending story in that the school is always here because we always have children. Mum and Dad love family. Family loves family. The grandparents very concerned to have grandchildren. And you know how Grandma and Granddad have time. Uncles can have time because they don't have children of their own, and they just love to give you their time and be the person they want to be, loving and kind, a parent figure. And you benefit from this. Isn't that lovely? So, where are we? Well, we're in His hands, aren't we? Our Heavenly Father's hands. You are not the body. You are not to be forever in this universe of good and evil. It's madness to want life eternal here. Nothing could be more paralyzing than to be an eternal child at school. I mean, you would be so utterly out of place. It would be an absolute tragedy if you were here forever. Oh, I mean, goodness gracious. Didn't you see Satan? It's been here a long time. Very long time for him. But compared to eternity, it will be but a moment, and so incredibly worthwhile. The first shall be last, and the last first. Don't despise those that are astray. It's just they have a long way to come, but much to gain. You see, you are the prince and princess of compassion, of kindness, of fineness and of beauty. You're a child of God. Me. Your dad. So you can lighten up. Just choose to enjoy your childhood. Choose to be entranced by the story that I play out. Your role, your part in it. There is a great writer in one of your cultures that says life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. A poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage, then says no more. Well, it seems like that at times, but it's a great story, a never-ending, wonderful story. But as you start to understand it, well, you find you transcend. You become. They lived happily ever after. Now go to sleep. Sleep tight. Sweet dreams. Tomorrow is another day. Bless you. Thank you, Dad.